Hi guys, now I wanted to make this brief video to review the new Atkins diet, and more than that I wanted to use it to prompt us to raise our game, to empower us to realize just how amazing we are as personal trainers and how we offer something different and unique that diets will never be able to provide. So let's have a look at the new Atkins approach. Very responsive, I'd say, a much improved approach. They've listened to their criticism about them being quite harsh against carbohydrates, and they've been much more liberal with regard to carbohydrates. They're allowing, or bringing in rather, a lot more veggies, and they are kind of creating a message which I don't think is that dissimilar to that of many personal trainers, which is to kind of control processed carbohydrates a lot more, but still allow carbohydrates, because it's not that carbohydrates are bad, it's just that too many carbohydrates can cause us to not burn fat and not get the results that we want. They have a message which is have plenty of protein. Anything that kind of runs around the field is kind of good, and therefore eat it. And again, have enough fat, plenty of fat, particularly kind of like essential fatty acids. And again, that's not too dissimilar to the sorts of message that we would probably have as a personal trainer. They've also been responsive in terms of tools. They recognise that it's difficult to change, and they've got a lot more tools. And I think this should be a prompt for us to actually examine. So what's our message? They've done a good job of being responsive to their feedback, and they have raised their game. And my question is, how have we raised ours? How have we improved our resources, the tools that we have to use with our clients, the clean, clear message that we have about personal training, which is why we believe it's genuinely much far superior to be able to use what you have to offer as a coach, as a trainer, than following just a revised diet plan. And as we look at that, keeping things simple, I think, is our key message. I mean, it can be simple as 1, 2, 3, which is one. Really get with your client in terms of what is healthy eating and what is it they want to achieve. Engage them, involve them in the process, versus a diet which generally polices foods, which polices food combinations, and causes people to be more focusing on what they shouldn't be doing rather than what they should be doing. That we have an approach which is to really engage with that client in step one, which is to understand where are we going with this. We use 3 core fundamental conditions of person-centered counseling or coaching, which is one, to be empathic, to really truly understand and go out of our way to listen, to understand, not to listen to try and help, not to listen to fix. Our clients aren't necessarily broken. We're listening to really try to understand where our client is in terms of change in regards to their health and fitness and, of course, weight. And that's a challenge in itself. But when we do listen, just like an analogy that I've used many, many times in class, when we hang out our washing, when we have our washing, our stuff that's in our head that's all jumbled and confused, and we start to be able to verbalize kind of what's going on in our heads, we can hang it out in an orderly way so we can make sense of our own stuff. We listen not just so that we can actually understand, so we can fix. We're not going to try and fix the not broken. We listen so that they can actually better understand their own stuff, and therefore we involve them in the process. And that's quite different to any diet approach, where the fundamental philosophy is that this is a solution to what is broken. You apply our plaster, band-aid, very American, you apply the plaster to your situation and you'll get better. And we're very different there. So one, trying to understand, to be empathic, first of all, to listen, to be congruent, to be truly present, to really be genuine, engaged, and authentic in our communications and with our client along the way. And 3, of course, to have unconditional positive regard. And I've spoken about these 3 core conditions before, which is no matter what you tell me, I want to just understand and to listen and to be able to help you to be able to better understand yourself, your past, and of course, therefore, your future. And that's our first step. A second step, a simple thing as 80-20. Now that we agree and we can get confirmation about what healthy eating is, what the plan is going forward, let's just make sure we do that 80% of the time. Let's just follow a simple 80-20% rule, which is 80% of the time, let's try and be that mindful person that's looking at trying to change their life through fitness and nutrition to be able to get where you want to go. And let's make sure we focus on being what we need to be most of the time, but not all the time, so we can have balance. And 3, just try and exercise as many days in a row as possible. That's it. Because we focus on trying to accumulate as many days we can as possible and keep trying to actually, when we have a day where we don't, let's just try and get back on it, exercising anyway. Let's try and swim and run and cycle and obviously do resistance training. We know all the benefits of that. To engage in yoga and Pilates, in weekly walking in the parks outdoors at the moment with the beautiful weather that we're having. Let's look at being active and taking exercise every day, as many days as we can in a row, and keep doing that. So 1, 2, 3, get with your client as to where they're at, where they're going, to better understand them without trying to listen to fix, trying to listen to purely understand. 2, help them to actually come up with a program that they can adhere to at least 80% of the time, and 20% of the time allow yourself to be human. 3, exercise. And this is just a message. This doesn't have to be the message. We need to have a clear, compelling message. And we look at the one I'm reviewing, which is the new Atkins approach. They've got a message. It's clear. It's communicated in a very coherent way. They've got a great website. They've got great tools, and they've got a great following. It's clean, it's clear, and it's very responsive. It's a vast improvement on where they've been over this last 10 years. My question to you: what's your improvement? What are your tools like? What are your resources like? How clean and clear is your message? And I think this is a great time to be able to raise our game, to be able to find our voice and help others find theirs, to be able to really make sure that in our communication, whether it's on social media, whether it's on videos that we make, whether it's in blogs that we write, whether it's in our face-to-face contact with our clients, a nice, clear, crisp message that underpins our approach and how it's different from any other, and that it's going to empower people and support people and to coach people through to not just losing weight. Another area where I think we differ. I think the general philosophy of the new Atkins approach, and indeed Weight Watchers and many other diet-based approaches, is fundamentally a client is overweight and here's going to be a solution for the client to be able to lose weight. I think we see someone as a client who's not as happy with their life, with their weight, with their energy levels, as they could be. They feel out of control, not in control, and they want to take control back. And we provide a mechanism for people to be able to become more happy, to be able to actually take back control, to be able to not just take back control of their weight, but to be able to actually achieve what losing weight is all about, which is how they ultimately want to feel about their life and about their relationships and about their energy levels and about their vitality. And that's what we do. And that's the message that we have. So I want you just to post that to get some responses. We focus on not banning foods or policing foods. We focus on a positive phraseology around nutrition and health, and of course exercise and fitness. And we empower people through fitness to be able to live healthier and happier lives. Just thought we'd give you some food for thought. And again, as always, appreciate whatever feedback and comments you have regards to how you clearly have your voice and how you communicate that in a clear, clean way through your community groups to be able to empower people to, through coaching, through personal training, to not just lose weight, but to have a healthier, happier life as a consequence of engaging in your products and services. Have a great week. Look forward to another video, which I'll be posting very soon.